Ay, hindi. Napagalan yan.
Ah.
Suka ako.
Ka pa? Sungaw?
Ah,
Matulog na kayo kagabi. No? Uy, oo na?
Musa?
Oo. Dul. Oo na ka, asin. Kaya mo. Beso nun. Oo na yung labas. Parang binakbak. Tapos iniba lang yung disenyo.
Ah,
Kumbaga, pareho lang siguro
design lang.
yung ano, pero design yan at saka yung looban.
Kaya mo ba yung ano?
Ano ba?
Pang-region? Nasaan na?
Yan, dalawa. Tatlo pa nga yun eh. Yan na, yan na, yan na, yan na.
Sinabit niya yung ano, yung tassel kasi lumalaylay siguro. Bawal.
Ito, ang bilis lang no. Parang kailan lang yan wala dyan.
Kaya nga eh, lalo na lumitaw no?
Oo, ang bilis.
Parang,
Ang bilis talaga ng building dito. Okay, parang Japan. Parang wala ka sa Japan.
mas mabilis sa China. Araw lang ka. Okay.
Sana ba kaya? AUX mode. Bluetooth mode.
Thumbs.
Sabi mo kaya na, Joda Juice ka pa.
Ikaw pa. Kuya.
Join the juice, dinurek ka niya.
Ikaw eh, nakakawala ako sa'yo eh. Oh, nakakatawa, di ba?
Hindi, tumawa ako na sa...
Ah,
Aray ko sa kita naman. Sabi ng bilat mo ah. Aray ko, tawa. Akala ko hindi niya mapapansin. Ako din hindi ko din siya mapansin eh. Kinurek kaya, tapos inulit ko, ay, Joel
Join
the
the
juice.
juice.
Joel the juice. Tawa-tawa kasi sa akin eh. Tungtungs ka ngayon magsabi.
Oh,
Ah.
wrongs.
Mm. Buti wala ka sa likod ka.
Bop. Oh, kulangot.
Salamat na yun guys.
Public kaya ako. Sikip.
Bakit? Ram ka?
Oh, oh.
Orte!
Oh, oh.
ganun.
Sa ganun.
Kakaano mo yan sa national day.
Patay tayo dyan. Wala.
Nagagalit siya ba?
Sino ka ulit na?
Sabi niya, bakit ka nakatayo dyan?
Patay. Alam mo, ang dami dito balik.
Ano, parang ngayon lang ako nakakita ng ganun dito ba? Nila sa kalsada ha? Oo. Saka malinis siya ga.
Oo nga, maayos eh. No?
Oo.
Mental. Iba talaga pag mental yung problema.
Pero mas worse yung sa akin. Hindi na sa kalsada.
Alin yun?
Mga ganun.
Makikipag-away siya. God. Siguro ang dami niyang kaaway sa utak niya.
Wala ngayon lang ulit ako nakakita ng gano'n. Nung nag-duty na ako sa mental hospital. Pero, din kasi sila.
Ano yan? Medyo worse na yun kasi ano,
Oo.
nakikita na. Yung iba kasi, naiisip pa lang eh. Diba? Hindi, wala pang action, wala pang ano.
Schizo yan ka.
Ha?
Schizo yan daw sa kanila.
Ano?
Schizophrenia.
Excuse me.
Eh, mga schizophrenia, may mga hearing at saka ano na yun sila.
May mga hallucinations na.
Mauna naman talaga kasi yung hearing bago mo makikita.
Hearing, may maririnig ka.
Kasi yung hearing, kahit malayo makikita mo. Ngayon hearing, mag-imagine ka lang na lang ng tao. So may naaririnig ka na eh. Mauna talaga yung hearing.
Tapos sasagutin mo.
Oo, hindi pwedeng hearing ka lang. Both yan.
Eh, pero yung visual, wala.
Walang visual.
Eh, hindi. Saan siya ka magaganon?
Both talaga yung dalawa.
Ano, hearing at?
Saka, dalawa talaga hearing sa visual.
Yung may nakikita.
Oo. Kasi hindi nila, may visual siya, hindi mo naman siya, hindi niya kinakausap, hindi niya inaano. Yung mga visual lang, yung may mga psychic, ganyan. Pwede nila makontrol yun. Psychic sila. Kahit nakikita nila, pwede nilang pero yung mga balot, kinakausap talaga nila. Kasi kinakausap sila eh. So, consider nila yun as totoo.
Kaya yun sila.
Yung mga psychic, kinoconsider, alam nila kung ano yung totoo at saka hindi. Kahit maayos pa yung itsura.
Pero yun maayos eh.
Hindi, yung makikita nila.
Hindi nga, siya nga maayos pa rin siya.
Siguro may alaga yun nga.
Ha?
Na lumalabas na pa.
Oh,
Ha?
umaga-umaga. Malabas.
Soldi na soldi, no? Pero magalito pa. Pero nalito. Mawawala to. Mawawala. Pero mas marami sa iyo. Baka silang nagdagdag ng mga puti. Sabi silang ano.
Dito nga may kwento hindi ko alam kung ito. Babae. May ganyan. May problema sa utak. Siyempre nakakulong. Tapos tinitira nung kamag-anak. Nalaman alam kung bakit. Nabuntis. Totoo yun. Tingin ko kahit kwento lang
totoo
yun.
naman, may ganyan naman talaga ka, kahit sa atin. Pero kahit saan siguro ka. Pero ang pag-inis, masarap ba yun?
Hindi. Yung ganun kasi mga lalaki. Siyempre, yung may problema sa utak, wala yung alam.
Oo, pero
Sa lalaki na gumagawa nun, ano yun eh, sensation lang yung dito sa puso niya. Pero sa utak syempre wala. Pero yung sensation na makaraos siya. Ganun lang. Kahit yung mga nang re-rape, ganun.
imagine ko lang naman ano, ngayon lang.
Siguro yung may nararamdaman din yun. Kaya lang hindi niya alam kung ano nangyayari. Bakit ba't parang masarap?
Parang masarap. Actually, enjoy hindi mo ayaw mo. Kasi kung ayaw mo, walang tatagal. Simple Siyempre, nag-reply ka na, ibig sabihin umuo ka na doon. Hindi naman sana nag-victimize mo, pero sasabihin na inano ng tatay, tapos ng matanda, tapos ng ilang years na sila nagkaanak, tapos magre-reklamo kay ano.
People po.
Oo na. Ano lang kasi ako ng 15 years ito ako ganyan. Oo, pero maisip ka na mga 20s or gano'n. Oo, kung ayaw mo, yung bumbon na. Or umalis ka na, hindi mo ka na nagpatagal. Pero minsan kasi, mainan. Ako lang akin ka lang
Kanino ka lang? Kay Oliver
Kapatay
lang.
ko mga pamilya mo. Tapos hindi edukado. Wala rin gagawin. Alam mo saan tatakbo. Kaya ka sad na song na. One of the sad song.
Sad. Gusto ko yung version niya.
Kailan ba
Bruno Mars.
katapos kitang iniwan lang hospital with the letter.
Parang
Papakatay ko lang sa
tropa lang sila. Tapos pipindutin mo yung para yung kagabi pinipindot niya. All I ask. Pwede ako mag-update.
Bakit?
Kasi sick.
Hindi ako makapagpay na sa Thursday. Wala tayo. Wala tayo. Friday may klase ka.
Parang may may
Kabara? Ay, gusto mo,
may
hindi
play
na.
pa ako.
Ano tawag nito? Iabot ko na sa'yo yung
Hindi, meron
pala.
ako dun ga.
Ay,
Bago sa
Saan?
clinic.
ang clinic.
Hindi ako sa clinic, marami dun.
Idol.
Ay, teka. Anong pala ko ba? Ano ko pala siya?
Sige na, parang
حسابك في بنك الرياض. ضاعت فرصك مع كل ألف في حسابك. بنكي يوزع ملايين.
With premium, you get to focus on the music. Explore a vast catalog of millions of songs without hearing ads, or download your playlist to listen to them anywhere. You can also play your favorite songs in any order, with the freedom to skip forward and backward as much as you like. Your audio, your control. Tap the banner to learn more.
What if I
Bluetooth mode.
Pinapakita ko lang sa'yo. Ha? Merienda ko nga pala. Uy, pinapakita ko sa'yo, ha? Nga ba? Pinakasurot ko, Happy birthday, Joe. Merienda lang, boy. Anong meron ngayon? Meron bang kasal? May ano kung kasal? Wala! Sige ko, Gumawa talaga ako sa gold. Order sa akin.
The vehicle ahead has started moving.
October 23rd to 25th. Sunod-sunod ang mga binitiwan ng pangalan na nagawin kumano sa pagbabaydas ng pondong kontrabaha. Una si dating DPWH Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo na matagal na umano naging boss ni Alcantara. Kwento ni Alcantara, nagpababa ng mga pondo si Bernardo sa mga proyekto sa kanyang distrito sa Bulacan at nadagdagan ito sa mga sumunod na taon habang may porsyento naman dito ang ilang mababatas at opisyal. Kay Bernardo niya umano narinig ang pangalan ni dating Senador Ramon Emilio Jr. Pagamat hindi sila nagkausap. Pinangalanan rin ni Alcantara si Senador Joel Villanueva. Binanggit rin ni Alcantara si Senador Gino Estrada, pero wala po akong direktang transaksyon, direktang pakipag-ugnayan kay Senador Gino. Tinanong ako ni Estrada kung meron pa akong gustong lagyan at meron pang available na 355 is SBA. Ayon po kay Post nila. Sabi ko po, boss, meron naman. Bibisip na na doon sa akin, ipasok ko agad sa kanyang style. Inilarawan naman ang si Congressman Salvi ko na naging tagapagpagulid ng mga proyekto sa Bulacan First District mula taong 2022 hanggang 2025 na may kabuang halaga ng hindi bababa sa 5 pesos. Anya sa bawat proyekto, hindi manasuko ng 20% nakakaunay na 25%. Kung dati ay puro pagwas ng kasunod ng Bulacan First District Engineer Henry Alcantara sa Senate Bureau of Community na yung magkasunod-sunod ng mga binitiwan ng pangalan na dawit kumano sa pagbabaydas ng pondong kontrabaha. Una si dating DPWH Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo na matagal na umano naging boss ni Alcantara. Kwento ni Alcantara, sumbungan ko sa sorry mo. Pinapasita ko na ito, ma, oh. Ito, ma. Abang ito, mas masarap-sarap nito. Ito po. Wala akong ginagawa sa akin. Wala akong ginagawa. Masas-masas na yung kaya. Wait lang, wala akong ginagawa. Sabi niya kasi, masarap daw ako, tapos ang pagmuto daw. Masarap ka kayo. Ayaw mo kong paliwanag. Sasabi ko, ito. Hindi. Okay ba? Masarap po kasi. Matara ba yun? Wait lang. Tay! Nanginom natin sa tatay mo. Huwag mo kinilaan. Kaya ano pagkain ko? Sabi niya kasi, masarap daw ako sa bangko. Tapos kanina ako kainin. Tayo pagkawin ko sa tingin mo. Uy, wala kang katanong. Parang ko na mo. Ay, yung ano mo. Ito, usap mo sa akin na lang yan. Sa tubo na matulog.
Impact. Think about Steve Jobs, Martin Luther King Jr., and the Wright brothers. They weren't just smart or talented. They were fueled by a deep-seated purpose, a why that guided their actions and inspired others. And you can tap into the same power. We all operate on 3 levels: what we do, how we do it, and why we do it. Money might seem like the obvious answer to why, but it's simply a result, not the driving force. To find your real motivator, you need to dig deeper and discover your purpose, cause, or belief. This is where the golden circle model comes in. Imagine a circle with 3 layers. The outermost layer represents what you do, the products you sell, the services you offer, or the job you perform. The middle layer is how you do it, the unique methods or values that set you apart. And the innermost layer is your why, your reason for being, your passion, and your guiding star. Starting with your why unleashes a power far greater than just facts and figures. It connects you to something deeper, more emotional, and more impactful. When people feel aligned with a company's values, they become fiercely loyal, even if competitors offer a better deal. The golden circle is grounded in how our brains work. The what corresponds to the analytical and rational part of our brains. The why and how, however, connect to the emotional center, the part that drives our behavior and decisions. The why is a versatile tool with countless applications. It can guide your decisions, inspire your team, shape your business strategies, and even strengthen your marketing efforts. So, take a moment to discover your why, articulate it clearly, and then start living it every day. You'll be amazed at the impact you can create. Uncovering your inner spark. Have you ever felt a deep yearning for something more in your life? A sense that you were meant for something bigger, something that truly ignites your passion? That feeling, that inner whisper, is the call of your purpose, your why. Discovering your why is like finding a hidden treasure map. It's a process of looking inward and exploring the experiences that have shaped you. You need to understand what makes you feel good, what brings you joy, and what you're naturally good at. This discovery can lead you to a deeper sense of excitement and passion, and not just in your work, but in every area of your life. Imagine the difference it could make. If you're an entrepreneur, your why becomes the guiding light for your company, a powerful message that resonates with employees and clients alike. As an employee, you can witness how your why rekindles your passion and aligns you with your company's mission, creating a sense of purpose and belonging. Finally, for your team or organization, finding your why helps create a shared sense of purpose, connecting you in a deeper and more meaningful way to the impact your organization makes in the world. And what about your organization itself? To find its purpose, you can look back at the founder's vision, tracing the roots of its original mission. But it's also possible to discover your organization's why by engaging with the people who make it up and uncovering their collective beliefs and values. Start your journey today. Explore your past, identify your passions, and uncover the why that's been waiting to be discovered. The journey to discovering your why. Your why isn't always easy to articulate. It's hidden deep within the stories and experiences of your life. To reveal it, you need to dig deeper, beyond the surface facts, and connect with the emotions and meanings that make those experiences truly significant. Think about a time you felt incredibly proud, or perhaps a moment that truly changed your perspective. These moments, when you felt most alive, are the clues to your why. As you explore these stories, you might find it helpful to use a simple format in which contribution results in certain impact. For example, to inspire people to do the things that inspire them so that together we can change our world. Obviously, you need the right tools and guidance to find your why. That's where a partner comes in. Finding a partner who is willing to listen with an open mind and a genuine curiosity is essential. It's even better if they don't know you too well. Allowing them to see your stories with fresh eyes and ask questions you might not have considered. With a supportive partner, you'll be able to delve deeper into your memories, uncover the recurring themes that have shaped you, and finally articulate the why that's been guiding you all along. This is your personal compass, a guiding light that illuminates your path and helps you make decisions that align with your deepest values and beliefs. It's a journey worth taking. Gather your stories, find a partner, and start exploring the journey to discovering your why. The more you understand your purpose, the more complete you'll feel. Uniting around a shared purpose. Have you ever been part of a team that felt like more than just a group of people working together? A team where you felt a deep sense of belonging, where you were inspired by the collective purpose, and where you knew you were contributing to something greater than yourself. That's the power of a tribe. Think of a tribe as a small group of individuals who share a common objective, vision, sense of belonging. They come together, united by a common set of values and beliefs, and achieve results that surpass the sum of their individual efforts. A tribe can be found anywhere, from a small team within an organization to an entire company. The defining characteristic is that its members feel a deep connection to each other and to the purpose they're working toward. Imagine an organization where everyone understands the company's overarching purpose, its why. Now imagine that within that organization, each team or division has its own unique purpose, a why that complements the company's overall vision. This is the concept of nested whys. Nested whys work best when they strengthen the connection between individual team members and the organization's larger purpose. They create a sense of belonging and ownership at the team level, while still remaining aligned with the company's primary goal. When you understand your team's why and its connection to the company's larger purpose, you gain a clearer understanding of your role, your contribution, and the impact you're making. It's an incredibly powerful way to build a sense of community, inspire innovation, and achieve extraordinary results. Building your tribe. The tribal approach to building a successful business extends beyond teams within an organization. Since we're social creatures, we tend to form communities and rally around causes we believe in almost all the time. So, the same principle can be applied to achieving organizational success by building and engaging with your tribe. This means uniting people around your product, your service, or the ultimate goal of your business. But your tribe is more than just your customers or followers. It's a group of individuals who share a common interest, a shared vision, and a sense of connection. They're the people who resonate with your message, who believe in what you stand for, and who are eager to be part of something bigger than themselves. To truly engage with your tribe, you need to understand their needs and wants. What are they looking for? What are their hopes, dreams, and frustrations? By deeply understanding your tribe, you can offer products, services, and experiences that align with their values and beliefs. The magic of tribal engagement lies in the power of connection. People are more likely to support a product or service if they feel a connection to it and believe in what it represents. Imagine a business that truly understands its customers. They don't just sell products, they build relationships. They create a sense of belonging and trust, making their customers feel like they're part of a community, a tribe. This kind of deep engagement leads to unwavering loyalty, passionate advocacy, and ultimately, lasting success. But how can you engage with your tribe? You literally need to build relationships with them, listen to their needs, and create experiences that resonate with their values. Find common ground, build trust, and inspire your tribe to become passionate advocates for your vision, turning your dreams into reality. After discovering your why, there comes the next step, turning your dreams into reality. And that's where understanding your hows comes in. Think about John, a brilliant entrepreneur with a groundbreaking business idea. He knew his why, the impact he wanted to make, but he also knew that to achieve success, he needed a clear plan, a roadmap of hows. John documented his hows, his goals, objectives, strategies, and the steps needed to make his vision a reality. He outlined his mission statement, the resources he required, and the actions he would take to achieve his goals. With a clear roadmap in hand, he launched his business with confidence. A clear vision and mission statement are the cornerstones of any successful venture. They provide direction, purpose, and a framework for making decisions. They also help you identify the resources you need, ensuring that you have all the necessary tools and support. The same principle applies to our personal lives. Imagine someone who has a strong understanding of their why, their purpose. They use this why to guide their decisions and to evaluate potential opportunities. They ask themselves, does this align with my beliefs? Will this live out my purpose? If the answer is no, they might choose to decline the opportunity, even if it seems tempting at first. By using hows as a filter, individuals can align themselves with opportunities and partnerships that support their values. They can identify potential issues in advance, ensuring that they're working with people and organizations that share their vision, inspiring others and bringing your purpose to life. To truly own your why and let it shape your life, paving the way with clear hows may not be enough. You also need to share your why with the world. Imagine a treasure chest filled with valuable jewels and hidden secrets. If you keep it locked away, tucked in a dark corner, its beauty and potential will remain unrealized. Sharing your why is like opening that treasure chest. It allows others to see your true self, your values, and your passions. To actually share your why, you need to live it, letting your actions reflect your beliefs and your purpose. Align your words with your deeds so that others can see the authenticity and integrity behind your message. When you share your why with the world, you build trust, inspire loyalty, and create powerful connections with people who believe in what you believe. You become a beacon of inspiration, a guide for others who are searching for their own purpose. And the more you share your why, the more you'll make it part of your identity. It will shape your decisions, influence your choices, and guide you toward a truly meaningful life. Take a leap and step out of your comfort zone by sharing your why. Tell your story, inspire others, and watch as your purpose unfolds. Find your why and live it every single day. Wrapping up, the first step is to understand your own why, your personal purpose, and the incredible power it holds. It's not just about what you do, but why you do it. This understanding can transform your life and your work. Now begin to delve deeper, exploring your own stories and experiences. Those moments of joy, pride, and deep connection are the keys to unlocking your why. Your why is about making a positive impact on the world, and it's the same force that drives you at work, at home, and in your relationships. You're not alone. We're all part of a tribe, united by shared values and beliefs. When you understand your team's why and its connection to the company's overall vision, you can feel a sense of belonging and ownership. This is what makes a company truly thrive. To bring your why to life, you need a plan, a roadmap of hows. By documenting your goals, strategies, and the steps you need to take, you'll create a clear path to achieve your dreams. But it doesn't stop there. Sharing your why with others is also crucial. By inspiring those around you and aligning your actions with your beliefs, you create a culture of trust, loyalty, and growth. Now, take a deep breath and embargo in this journey of self-discovery. Let your why be your guiding light, your inner compass. Use it to make decisions, build relationships, and create a life filled with meaning and purpose. You're capable of incredible things. Start with your why and watch as your impact on the world unfolds.
We hope you enjoyed this read. If it made you think or smile, consider leaving us a rating and sharing your input helps us make the app even better. Excited for more? Test your knowledge with a quiz and dive into your next title. Up next, another summary we think you'd like.
The moment and the myths. A quote from the author: "Daring is not saying, I'm willing to risk failure. Daring is saying, I know I will eventually fail, and I'm still all in." Vulnerability is not about winning or losing. It's about having the courage to show up when you can't control the outcome. When you get there's no point in making hurtful comments and pulling them close to you. Let what's unproductive drop at the feet of your unarmored self. At the same time, don't shield yourself from all the feedback you've received. Don't disconnect yourself from vulnerability, as you will stop growing. We can neither define ourselves by what everyone thinks, nor can we force ourselves to be too armored from the opinions of others. There are a few myths that surround our idea of vulnerability. The most common one is that vulnerability is a weakness, but the actual truth is that courage cannot be experienced without experiencing vulnerability. Another myth is the idea that we control vulnerability, which individuals often express as, "I don't do vulnerability." If anything, wisdom and experience validate how important vulnerability is. To grow up is to accept being vulnerable. The third myth is centered around the idea of, "I don't need anyone else." Pushing ourselves to not need anyone is against our neurobiology. We are a social species, hardwired for connection. John Cacioppo, a neuroscience researcher, makes the argument that we don't derive strength from our rugged individualism, but rather from our collective ability to plan, communicate, and work together. We need to trust to be vulnerable, and we need to be vulnerable in order to build trust. There is no daring leadership without vulnerability. Vulnerability not built on trust is fake, and is the fastest way to alienate others. Vulnerability is best practiced with boundaries. Without boundaries, it is fear or anxiety. The call to courage. A quote from the author: "Clear is kind, unclear is unkind." Most of us avoid clarity because we tell ourselves we're kind, when what we're actually doing is being unkind and unfair. Feeding someone half-truths just to make them feel better is actually unkind. For example, you may avoid being clear about your expectations with a coworker or colleague to avoid the uneasiness that follows. Talking about people rather than to them is another unkind act. We tend to try to avoid the painful and uncomfortable topics from our conversations or our day-to-day dealings with people. In doing so, we eliminate clarity from the conversation. We also often hold back the truths about our own fears. For example, if you are bad at management as a leader, you may not want to admit it to your team. However, your business will suffer at the cost of your dishonesty to yourself, your business, and others. You cannot lead with fear. When you face your fears, you find the power and wisdom needed to serve others. The Armory. A quote from the author: "No matter what gets done and how much is left undone, I am enough." Our heart is the symbolic gateway to our emotional lives. Wholeheartedness is a combination of fully examined emotional life and a liberated heart, one that is free and vulnerable enough to love and be loved. It is about integrating one's thinking, feeling, and behavior, and taking your armor off. We reach for armor in situations where we think being liked or respected is at risk, as we want to protect our ego and fit in. This is often reinforced at the workplace. In many organizational cultures, leaders still subscribe to the myth that severing your heart from your work is more productive and efficient. They reward armor such as perfectionism and emotional stoicism. However, imprisoning the heart is essentially killing courage. Cultures built on such thoughts and practices end up dehumanizing their employees instead of leveraging the unique gifts of human behavior. shame, and empathy. A quote from the author: "What the ego doesn't understand is that stunting your emotional growth and shutting down our vulnerability doesn't protect us from shame, disconnection, and isolation. It guarantees them. Taking off our armor and exposing our hearts can open us up to experiencing shame. Shame often makes us feel as if we are not good enough. Its power of making an individual feel unworthy is unmatched. We all derive shame from certain unwanted identities. For example, taking a day off from work because you have a headache is a matter of shame for a lot of individuals. However, taking time off to feel better is not a sign of weakness. If you can't handle a day of work for some reason, do not be ashamed about it. Instead, be upfront about your needs. Unlearning shame is essential. Shame manifests itself in the workplace in the forms of perfectionism, favoritism, gossiping, backchanneling or interrupting others, harassment, discrimination, blaming, teasing, bullying, and so on. All of these are a direct result of a lack of vulnerability and courage. A good leader can demonstrate accountability and a sense of fairness in front of everyone, hence stopping the spread of these vicious practices across work cultures. Leaders also need to be empathetic. They can do so by being non-judgmental, by understanding other people's feelings, and by communicating what they have understood. Curiosity and grounded confidence. A quote from the author: "Grounded confidence is the messy process of learning and unlearning, practicing and failing, and surviving a few misses." When parents teach children about confidence, they try to prepare a perfect path for their child by fixing their mistakes, praising only results, and intervening in their lives in a controlling manner. However, grounded confidence encompasses teaching courage, praising effort, and modeling grit. It is essential that grounded confidence is taught and practiced from an early age. More than just being confident, leaders need to learn how to thrive in the ambiguity of paradoxes and opposites. Grounded confidence plays a key role in this. It is the sum of rumbling skills, being curious, practicing and failing, and being okay with a few misses. It stems from being self-aware, by connecting with the intentions that drive your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Do not limit your perspective and insights to yourself. Instead, share them with others. Living into our values. A quote from the author: "Daring leaders who live into their values are never silent about hard things." As a leader, when you are caught in a moment of difficulty, we can either hustle to show the crowd that we deserve to be there, or we can allow them to scare us. When we start putting others' voices before our own, we forget the purpose with which we started. We forget our values. Daring leaders are always clear about the values they hold. This clarity is an essential support for practicing daring leadership. It is essential to practice the values we believe in, instead of just preaching them. Ensure that your words, thoughts, and behaviors align with the values that you believe in. The first step of living into our values is knowing what's most important to us. We can then align our lives with what we hold most important. Silence is not a component of brave leadership. Brave leaders show up and stand for their core values and the things they believe in. It is also essential to identify the people around you who support your beliefs. Braving trust. A quote from the author: "Trust is the glue that holds teams and organizations together." Conversations about trust are tough as they have the potential to run sideways fast. So, people tend to avoid it altogether. When having these conversations, it is important to talk to people instead of talking about them, no matter how difficult it may be. The primary defining characteristic of the best workplaces is the high level of trust that inhabits places. It is a must-have organizational characteristic. There are 7 behaviors that define the anatomy of trust. They can be abbreviated as braving, boundaries, reliability, accountability, vault, integrity, non-judgment, and generosity. The intention behind braving is to facilitate a tool that creates the time, space, and intention to talk about trust in a productive and actionable manner. Our foundation of trusting others also relies on our ability to trust ourselves. It is essential to be authentic with yourself and trust yourself, as this will build the bedrock of your trust towards others. Learning to rise. A quote from the author: "We have to teach people how to land before they jump." Leadership is similar to skydiving. One cannot be expected to jump without knowing the essential skills of executing a safe landing. Similarly, we cannot expect people to be brave and risk failure if they are not prepared for hard landings. Research shows that leaders who are trained in rising skills such as resilience, courage, and authenticity are more likely to engage in courageous behaviors, as they know how to get back up after a setback. If we do not have the skills to get back up, we will not risk falling in the first place. When people are taught resilience, they react courageously and steadily get back up after experiencing disappointment or failure. An essential tool to face setbacks and not let them negatively affect you is the learning to rise process. It refers to the process of getting up from our falls, overcoming our mistakes, and facing hurt, which brings more wisdom and wholeheartedness into our lives. This process is made up of 3 parts: the reckoning, the rumble, and the revolution. Reckoning means immediately identifying the emotion you are feeling when you are hit by a setback. You don't have to pinpoint it exactly, just identify that you are feeling something. It is important to be emotionally curious. This will help you avoid ignoring your feelings or passing the blame onto others. Pay attention to yourself. Then comes revolution, which can be defined by courage and authenticity, taking off the armor, rumbling with vulnerability, living into our values, braving trust with open hearts, and learning to rise so we can reclaim authorship of our own stories and lives is an act of revolution. Do not let anyone else define success for you. Draw your own path to success, keeping in mind what acts are joyful and meaningful to you on this path.
We hope you enjoyed this read. If it made you think or smile, consider leaving us a rating and sharing your thoughts. Your input helps us make the app even better. Excited for more? Test your knowledge with a quiz and dive into your next title. Up next, another summary we think you'd like.
Unlock your potential. Success is goals, and all else is commentary. Setting clear goals in life is the main driving force for achievement and success. Goals provide clarity in your life and help you determine your path. Everything that surrounds us started off as an idea that a goal-oriented person turned into reality. A critical life philosophy is that your external cosmos becomes a mere reflection of your internal cosmos. Successful people focus on getting what they want. Clear goals will often become a reality when a person formulates them in a clear and concise way and dedicates time and energy to achieve them. There are 4 major reasons why people don't set goals. 1. The goals are important. 2. They don't know how to set them. 3. They are afraid to fail. And 4. They have a fear of rejection. The goals we set should be significant for us. Consequently, you will feel truly happy and satisfied when you make serious progress towards achieving something which is important to you. The first step to realizing your potential is to take time to set clear and specific goals, often on a daily basis. Then, develop an intense and strong desire to accomplish your goals. Take charge of your life. The greatest enemies of success and happiness are negative emotions. Negative emotions can cause tremendous damage to your life. So if your goal is to be happy and successful, you should learn how to free yourself from them. The negative emotions that will hinder your progress and growth are fear, self-pity, envy, anger, and feelings of inferiority. They are predominantly caused by 4 factors. The first one is justification. It's easy to justify negative emotions, and by doing so, you give them legitimacy. Negativity then tends to linger, preventing you from moving on and discarding these feelings. When you stop justifying, you'll be able to adopt a more positive mindset. The second factor is rationalization.